achievement, their success. So something that you can see, something that's out there. So when you know their focus, you know what motivates them as well to get the work done. So the motivation is something normally external, extrinsic motivation, something out there. If they want, let's say, if Ryan wants to get a budget plan done, the thing that moves her is to see an actual budget plan, not talking about it, not discussing about it, to see that we finalize our budget plan. So that motivates her to move on. If not, she will feel discouraged. She will feel, kind of like not support because nobody comes together to work. So when you know a person focus, you can know how to work with them and how to motivate them and how to get them to work. So the motivation for other people, more something external, something you can see, something you can touch. And for air people, remember their focus, what is it? Process, all right, of planning, right? Something inside, something more deep inside. So their motivation is internal. So if they feel that they're in control of this, if they feel that they are know what they're doing, they know their plan, they know what they're gonna do, that's motivate them. You don't need to give them like the actual budget plan. If they know what, like how they're gonna rule it out, then what motivates them to, go forward as well. And for water people, quite similar to air people, both introverts. So you can see their motivation is from within, it's from themselves. They don't like others, sometimes they don't really like others to come and influence them much. What inspires them, what motivates them, come from within themselves. So again, it's all internal motivation for water people as well. And for fire, we're quite in this way, the focus is what again? Fire, what is their focus again? Result again, outcome, just like the earth people. So you can guess that the motivation is quite similar, which is something external. They like, they like to see something out there, they like to affect others before behavior, to influence others before influence themselves. If they see that they make an impact or influence on others before, that makes them happy and that pushes them to go forward. Okay. So to know a person focus, to know what a person wants, is to know how to push them to work or to manipulate them. Right. So you can see the connection. All of this connect together. Just remember that. Right. So we talk about focus, we talk about motivation, what pushed them. But do you know how to go to them and talk to them? You cannot just go to them and I'm gonna motivate you to do this. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna motivate me? How are you gonna inspire me? It's a way of talking. One simple message can be interpreted in different way if you use different words and if you use different tone and if you use different way of expressing it. So you need to know how to do it to different people. If I talk to Ryan, my way of talking would be totally different from when I talk to you, if I want to manipulate both of them. Right? So for now, I will talk about approach. It's been like how you're gonna go to each type of elements and talk to them and get them to do something, or how to work with them. So for us people, they care about the outcome, so the emphasis is on challenge. They constantly seek for challenge, something to do, something this to do, that to do. Do is all about doing. Challenge, moving from one step to another, from something simple to something quite in the middle, and then something difficult more and more. Always constantly seeking for challenge. So the emphasis is on the action. Again, actions. The word, I just recap all of it and just put it into one simple sentence. The way to approach earth people is just to say the sentence, not to actually say the sentence to them, but think in your head. They want to hear something along the line, just do it. Oh, I love it. Or just get it done. Just get it done. Just do it. Yeah, right? That is how you appeal to earth people. Everything I just said earlier is all come down to one sentence, just do it.
shut up and do it.
Right? And for air people, their emphasis is on the ability, again, something deep inside themselves, internal motivations. So it's them, it's their ability, it's what they can do. So the sentence that appeal to them, you can say to them, you have the ability or you have the skill to do it, and I believe in you. You have the ability and skill to do it. That's something that appeals to them.
You can try saying it to an air people.
Right? So that is for air people. It speaks a lot to me. All I care is like for my team member to care about me and to trust me that I have the ability to get something done. For water, the emphasis is on the sharing, contribution of each team member and themselves. So the sentence that appeals to them is like, I trust that you can do it. Again, reflect back. It's all about family, team. It's all about like, you know, working together, people-oriented, like trust, harmony. So if you just say, I trust that you can do this, I have belief in you, that will speak a lot to them. That would really, really get them going. For fire people, the emphasis is on the possibility. So like I said earlier, they have so many ideas. They want to try this out. They want to try that out. It's all about, like, they believe that they can do everything. The world is in their own hands. They can do anything. So what you can say to them is just do it. All right? Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it and then have fun. All right? Let's do it.
The one is just do it. The other one is
let's do it. One is like, just do it. Just
do
it, just get it done. I want to see something. And the other one is like, let's do this, let's do that. All right? Do as many as you can because I have so many ideas. I need to get it out. Right. So all of this, again, I will just recap. For us people, just do it. For air people, you have the skill or ability to do it. For water, I trust you can do it. And for fire, let's do it. So these are the approach of how you can go to them, like motivate them and talk to them so that they can get something done or like do something. Now I'm going to talk about what to, what to do with them. I mean, like, just like what to do with them. Like for other people, be quick, be firm with them, be decisive, all right, with them. That's what they want. When I say what to do with them, it's like what they want, what they like. Be quick, be firm, be decisive with them. And the opposite of what they like is what they don't like or what annoys them or piss them off. It's like
I love that part. What pisses them off?
So what pisses us people off is, be slow. Basically everything the opposite what I just said. Be slow, be indecisive. Right.
Don't say I don't know in front of other people.
Yes. For air people, what they like is like you to give them confidence. And what annoys them or what they don't like is like rushing through things. They care about the process, so if you rush them through each thing, they will get quite frustrated sometimes. For water, what to do with them and what they like is to smile with them. Look at you, all right? Smile with your face, smile with your eyes, smile with your every part of body, all right? Right? Be harmonized with them, be happy, be fun. And what they don't like is that conflict. Very simple, right? Somebody likes, smile and be happy all the time. So what they avoid the most is conflict and what they fear. And fire, what to do with them? Right? They like idea, right?
Calm down.
Sometimes use water, put out the fire. If it's volcano, you can't really put out volcano with water. You probably need tsunami to put out this thing. And I try, it's not working.
Right, it's like fire tornado.
Yeah. So what to do with them is to sit down with them and brainstorm the idea. They won't go anywhere with you until they can, get out all the ideas out of their heads. And like, if you are willing to sit down, listen to them, and brainstorm with them, get their idea into group, they would really love that. So most of the time, they have a lot of ideas, but it's all over the place. So if they need someone to collect them together and put those ideas into group. And you can say to them, like, let's calm down, don't do this and do that. They're not going to listen. Let them do what they want to do first. Put what they need in front of them and do it with them and show them. Use their weakness to become their strength. So they have a lot of ideas. You might think it's a weakness, but actually, idea is always good. But as long as how you utilize that idea. What they don't like is stress and tensions. Just like, they don't like stress and tension. They like quite fun, colorful people. So a lot too much tension or too much stress caused by the earth before. Frustrate them.
You make me sound like the bad guy all the time.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna recap everything, basically from the top to bottom, like from their strength and weakness. So the overview of each individual, each element is something you should hold on to or grab to understand your team member and your partner, but also to understand yourself. So for us, they like to take action again. The word is like action, decision. And they are very decisive and fact-driven, outcome-driven, and very goal-oriented. For air people, they like clarity, they like precision. They are very logical and rational. They like things to go into order, planning, process. And they focus on the improvement, on the development within themselves or within other people else. Waters, they like to focus on relationship, team, family, friends. And they are very considerate and caring about others' feelings and others' well-being. So take that into consideration when you work with water people. Approach them with what they like and how they are. And they are very caring and supportive as well, just a bit. Fire, they are very passionate. They like exploring the possibility, ideas, playing it around with it. They like to think about the futures, about the plans. They would love to leave legacy, the pride, something behind. They want to make something, like they want to inspire you. They also want to be inspired, but also inspiring at the same time. And they like to make a positive difference. So these are all like the things, each and different elements like possess, like, and piss them off at the same time. So you need to take everything into consideration when you approach different. So if you know that your team member is like fires, you will need to use the same message, but you need to use different words to talk to them, right? Like, let's say I talk to a person like fire, and it's like, I want to plan a fundraising activity. Before, I cannot just go straight, oh, I want to do this. No, it's like, I want to do a fundraising activity. What do you think we should do? Like, do you have any input or any ideas? Sit down with them, brainstorm with them. You will get the best out of them. And then after that, you can possibly take it to water people like you. And he is really good at like putting ideas together and then take it to Ryan. Very good at like using those ideas and put it into action. So you need to utilize all of the elements that you have, their strength, all their strength and their weakness together to make a team success. Ryan has a bit of, personal experience to share as well.
Yeah, I think like because we have been pretty good friends previously, and we had some time to storm before we actually went into full year. And the thing is like, for me, even though youth is contributing 100% in his own way, but I don't see it. I think he's, like, say, lazy because I don't see anything out there. And then, so I had to realize that no, he is contributing 100%, but in his own way. So don't get pissed off at him because he is trying his best as well. And I think that's where like SEALNet has taught me a lot of like really working very well with people. And like Maro, sometimes she doesn't say so much because she's like observing more. I have to tell her that Maro, it's okay, I know you love me, so I want you to tell me when you observe that I'm doing something wrong. And then a lot of times I'm quite pushy. I ask them for like, these guys are doing this, why aren't I seeing anything? And you can use code words, like if you sort of know that like, okay, right, I'm pushing Maro's buttons right now, Maro would say a word that would trigger me. She say earthquake, having an earthquake. Because I'm having an earthquake because I am being too pushy already. I'm being too urgent, like do that kind of thing. And then she's feeling really stressed and I'm feeling stressed. We're both being stressed. So she can use like code words like right, earthquake. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm being pushy to her. Instead of her having to say like, Ryan, you're being very pushy on me. So it's like, I sort of reflect back. When she said earthquake, I reflect back on the session that we had in Thailand where we talked about it. We talked about what we don't like, what we like. So because of that, she doesn't need to go and explain everything and like clause don't need to come out. She can just come in like, okay, I understand you as a person. I'm going to calm down now. This is going to be okay. So I think this one, I mean, it's not like set in stone. You're not this and you are only this, but you can sort of gauge, what works and what doesn't work. It's not set. So I know everybody. Some people are very balanced, which is amazing. It's very good. But if you sort of can stereotype and quickly streamline the process, it makes working easier and also not very, very pleasant, to be honest. Working with these two and because I am like, and Ha is just like, so like how we're both going to like calls come out, but that's where youth comes in, and youth will be like, okay guys, harmony, find your zen.
Don't just say calm down.
Yeah, so it actually works quite well. Yeah, and that's how you really make a project or whatever really be the best it can. Because if my team was only of people, it won't be a group project. You will be like slave driving people.
Slave driving.
That's why like my project was like building house. Like we're doing it. You know? Yeah. So that's why like it's leverage all the different dynamics. It's gonna work out great if you can know how to plug out all the strengths and make it an amazing plug or project. Yeah.
So what is happening if the partner will have like the same together, two people have the same element together?
Yeah.
Okay, so when two people actually have the same element together, that's where what we call like the sub element comes in. So how many of you like have something like 3 and 2? 3 and 2. Yeah, like 3 is your main element. So you have the other element which is 2. Actually, based on what I understand is that you can also switch gear from time to time, because like it's not 100% that I'm water, I'm not going to do anything, I'm just like say harmony, everyone is harmonized. I'm not going to do that. So in other words, like speaking from my personal like experience and example, I have 2 air and 3 water. So I think like yesterday I was sitting with 7 people. So since both of them are water, they're looking for harmony. And that's when I realized I had to switch to air. Because everyone was just like, oh, this is good. Oh, this is good too. Yeah, me or you, this is good. Just put it in. And that is when I came in and switched gear. Because you need to know that when people that is so similar, it's somehow hard to actually work together. Because we are two alike. We tend to overlook like a simple thing, like the other perspective, let's say other perspective of the project. So for instance, you both were happen to be fire. So we would just keep on going with the, okay, let's do this, let's have this idea, let's do a, let's say, concert, and then let's do an exhibition afterward, and a 3-day trip around Siem Reap so that we can show everyone, and then a parade afterward. And that is like, you guys are just giving ideas. But you need to, let's say, have a sub, let's say, what your sub element that came in to calm it down. Because like, so let me ask you this, like, for fire people, your sub element is usually like the other one, like, okay, so Fire people, raise your hand. So what is your sub-element? Water. Air. Water. See? Element that is like similar to each other. Usually people would have the extrovert element and the introvert element. And this element exists in just one person. It's not that we are both introvert and extrovert, just that we have the ability to switch between one element to another in order to make a betterment, a better use of, let's say, what we have. So you can say, I have water in myself as well, so if I'm a fire person with 4 and 2, so I also have water. So I'm gonna say harmonize. I'm gonna start harmonizing.
And also like a precautionary tale, it's not right to think that you are fire or you are earth and you just bulldoze your way. You also have to switch gear because it doesn't give you an excuse, you know, like you know how I work, like why aren't you like, you know, accommodating my style? But it's just that this is just a good way to understand your team members better, because when you're tired, when you're on a 2-week project, midway through, you have sleep, like every single day you only sleep for 3 hours. You're tired, you are exhausted, you are angry, you're grumpy. And then that's where your default mode kicks into all these like bad traits. Because when you start a project, when you're on the first day of the project, everything's happy and you can like switch and you can be like, oh, I'm so accommodating to you, I'm so accommodating to you. But when you get tired, that's when a lot of understanding needs to come in. That's the default. But again, it doesn't give you an excuse to not work on your weaknesses as well. You know these are your weaknesses, so you gotta work out and get strength from other people and also work on their strengths on yourself as well. And that's how you become a holistic like leader. You can't just like, you know, strive for a balance as well.
Any other question?